Sometimes it looks like a damage or a discoloring in the paint, and I will show you later on. We call it wall cancer, and we can do anything about it because the color of the paint affects the houses. It takes out the salt. Normally here in the blue one you can see it down, you see the discoloring. Yeah. Normally I will tell you, try to taste it. It really tastes like salt. But outside, don't lick a wall because a dog will pee on it and they have double salt. But inside of the house, you can try it if you like, okay? Ja, hij slaapt. Ik zag ze bij mij gaan staan. Hij is cool. Daar.
What? Okay.
Then you will see on the left hand the Central Bank of Curaçao and Sint Maarten. We still have our own money. It's called guilders or florins. The currency at this moment is $1, 1 guilder is 75 cents. Here you can see the renovation, and it takes years sometimes because this we know it took a long time, but it will be an amazing building.
The dog is getting paid.
I know, that's a beautiful home. I can imagine it's gorgeous.
Then you see 3 statues of Bolivar, Luis Brion and Carlos Piar. And they were freedom fighters. They were fighting in Venezuela for the freedom. And this is the birth house of Piar. He was from Curaçao.
No grass, you don't have to cut grass.
Then you will see on the right that the beautiful green building. This is one of the largest one here in this street. It goes from here till the other street. And you can see on top the beautiful glass in stain, and it's all handmade. And this was owned by one family. And if you can see how large it is, the building, how many people do you think that lived in this beautiful large building?
2.
1. Almost. If you buy a house here on this area, you have to put it back in the original state. What you do inside, it's no problem, but outside it has to stay like it is. For instance, here on the left hand you can see the Ritz Hotel. And the Ritz Hotel, that used to be the ice cream factory of Curaçao. You will see that the 2 buildings in front are still original, and then they built the hotel in the back. Here's my favorite security with his beautiful heart. And then next to it you see 2 other buildings, and you can see the ornaments on top of the roof. That is plaster work, and that is handmade. Hey. And then another beautiful statue that is made by Ayubi Kiridongo, and that represents the mother of culture. Ayubi Kiridongo makes everything out of garbage, and his specialty is car bumpers. So this one is totally made from car bumpers. Inspiration for the men.
I seen that on TV.
Then next to it, this beautiful red building that used to be from the family Maduro. And the family Maduro, they are very important here. They own a bank, Maduro Curios Bank. I don't know if you are going later on another tour, and maybe you are going to Chovaloba. Chovaloba is the distillery of the blue Curaçao, the original one. This is the building from the family Senior. And the family Senior, they invented the original blue Curaçao.
Curaçao.
Here in Curaçao we are with about 150, 160,000 people. many kind of race, religion, mixed couples, and it goes very well. And I hope you will pass it on because that is very important nowadays. But then we also speak many kind of languages. Here we speak 4 languages: Dutch, English, Spanish, and Papiamento. And later on I will teach you some Papiamento words. Then here on the left hand, these 2
Papiamento.
yellow buildings next to each other, these are the twin houses. And this used to be the first synagogue here in the Caribbean. You still can see it on the sign in the fences. That one was the synagogue, and then next to it, that used to be the house of the rabbi to live in. The oldest still working synagogue is in town. Yeah, this is the also an old one, but the oldest still working one in the Caribbean is in town. And when we are going back in town, I will show you a little bit.
I'm just getting this tour on camera, so it'll be something to watch and something to listen to and learn.
Or he's dead. That's what they said up front.
Oh, there is also tours. Okay, I told you we speak 4 languages: Dutch, English, Spanish, and Papiamento. And Papiamento, that used to be to communicate with the enslaves and the slave owners. The 7 languages in the Papiamento are Dutch, English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, German, and West African. And these were the countries that stayed in Curaçao, and the Dutch people, they didn't have a very good reputation. They took the West African people and made them slaves here to work on the plantation or to sell them and ship them all over the world. But like I told you, that's the history. We try to learn these languages in an early age because then you are like a sponge. Our children are going to school from 7:30 till 12:30 and then they're done. Because as you can feel, it's warm. And we don't have air conditioning in the class except at the principal office. And they all wear a uniform. And we are very strict at school. At high school, they are wearing a polo shirt with a jeans. And we don't tolerate it that the jeans is going down. We don't want to see a butt crack, so it's going up.
Hi.
Then another very special building. This is the consulate from the Netherlands.
Look at that.
Yeah, the consulate from the Netherlands. And if you've ever been in the Netherlands, or maybe you are still going to the Netherlands, there is a Maduro Dam. And Maduro Dam is famous about the little houses, the miniature houses. And this building is over there too. Why? Because the family Maduro, they had 2 children that were fighting in the resistance in the Second World War. And they got killed. And as a remembrance, the family Maduro built Maduro Dam. And you will find that building in front of the entrance. Then we will pass on the left hand one of our high schools. At this high school you can become an ICTer, teacher, or a lawyer. Lawyer. And they're all wearing a uniform.
They're all wearing uniforms.
Then we will make a stop at one of the most romantic buildings here in Curaçao. And that will be on the left hand. It's a green-white building and it's called the Wedding Cake House.
You have a bell?
The Wedding Cake House. There used to be a lady And she always wanted to have a big wedding cake when she got married. But when she got married, the wedding cake wasn't big enough for this lady, so her husband built this house for her. As you can see, we have romantic men here in Curaçao. I don't know where. They're hiding, I think. But they are somewhere. This is our national archive in it now. So if you think that you have relatives here or maybe a history here, you can look it up in here and the information is free. If you want to see the lady, she's still in the building. 2 times on the left, 2 times in the right, in the white part of the pillar. You can see the face of the lady. If you want to go out, you can go out on the left hand. Don't go on the right because cars are driving there, but you can go out to make a picture. Okay?
I got a picture. So we're in Texas. Where do you live? in
Houston.
Remote Texas.
Oh, we lived in Mesquite by Dallas for 10 years.
Oh.
Till we moved to Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going over here.
Big weather change, huh?
And people.
Oh, from DC to Maryland, big change
No,
in
from
DC to Wyoming, big change in everything.
No, where we live is hardly trees. Low humidity, that's good. Winter, at least 6 months. We got minus 40 this
Last
year.
year, this past winter, our first snow was in September, and our last snow was the beginning of May.
Oh, that's a long
And it may
winter.
not be over, because the year she graduated from high school, it snowed Memorial Weekend.
Congratulations, you made it out.
Thank you, I did.
Well, now she graduated college.
And congratulations again.
Thank
Now
you.
you got to go back in.
No.
I'm getting out of the Antarctics. Too cold up there.
That is a neat building.
It is.
And it does look like a wedding cake when you think about it.
Yeah.
The old style wedding cakes.
But you have to paint your house how many times?
But she said it's very expensive.
Yeah.
How you doing? Can't stop walking. I'm on YouTube. we have a YouTube
Oh, cool.
called Peer Running.
Oh shoot.
I have seen
This
that
building
before.
always stays
I
the
own a
same
travel
color.
agency.
Yeah.
So
But
I
here
see a
you
lot.
can see in the, on the
wanna tell
walls.
me
You see it
exactly?
the
Oh,
bubbling
gosh, no.
up, but you also can
But
see
I've
that
seen your
the paint
videos.
is falling off. So they paint this. This one will be repainted once a year, half a year. Every half a year they paint this one.
Same color?
Same color. So when you come back, you will recognize this one.
Dude, I hope I ain't some expensive reviews that I
Ooh, papaya.
Nope, too late.
That is pretty. Look at this one.
every year.
We're probably paying for the ink on the new
Okay. So you saw the wedding cake house.
the carnival announcements. That
Later on, you will see in front of us one of our cemeteries, and there you can see that the graves are above the ground, and that's because we can dig a hole in the ground. It's all rocks on this side, and they are very big because it's a family grave. Yeah, and normally there are 2 holes in the grave. If you pass away, you are going above. After several years, they take out the remains, they put it in a smaller box, and then you are going down. So somebody else can go on top of you. It's a little bit like natural recycling thing, yeah? There you can see here on the left hand the step houses, because it goes up like stairs. There is a paint company that donates paint, so every year these houses have different colors.
donate paint.
And then we will make the next stop, and that will be at the cathedral. This is the oldest cathedral in the Caribbean. It is from 1870, and the difference between, because it's a Catholic thing, the difference between a cathedral and a church is very simple. At a cathedral we have a Monsignor, and a Monsignor is assigned by the Pope. And the Monsignor, he assigns the priests that are going into the churches. So that is the only difference. This cathedral here on the left hand is built by monks. And the name of this cathedral is Virgen de Rosario, or in English, the Holy Rosary. What we are going to do, we are going all together inside. Stay with me, please. We're with a small group. Then I will explain as much as I can, and then you can still make your beautiful pictures if you like, okay? So, but first, stay with me. In the cathedral, there is a nice gentleman. His name is Boy, and he is selling water. It's for a good cause. It will cost you $2 if you want water, but you know it will be for a good cause. One of the scary monks, I always say, when I pass that one, he looks so scary. Okay, welcome into Virgen de Rosario.
We'll take a break.